Hello again, YouTubers. This is the Metaphysical Micto Griffin Red with another video. The topic of this video today will be, let's see, we're going to talk about toxic family members and so-called friends and people that you know, and how, especially this is really, I'm really talking towards black men or whatnot. But like I said, if you're white, you still can get something from this video. Black people, especially, have this mindset that because a person is related to you or they have the same skin color as you, that by default you have to deal with them and put up with all their fuckery simply because they're related to you or because they're black like you. I'm here to tell you that's bullshit. You do not have to deal with somebody that's toxic, ignorant, ghetto, and dysfunctional because you are related to them or because they are black like you. No, you don't have to do that. And you are not a coon, a sellout, or an Uncle Tom for leaving the so-called black community and providing a better life for you and your children. That's being pro-black because you're preserving the black race by moving somewhere safe. Don't let these stupid ass pro-blacks tell you differently. They're full of shit. Now, I'm going to touch on toxic family members, and I feel the best way to get a YouTube message across is to share some of your own experiences on a subject that you're talking about in the video. Now, I'm sure a lot of you can relate where you've had ignorant ass family members that ridiculed you growing up, talked about you, poked fun at you, and never really give you any kind of encouragement or self-esteem or anything like that. And then when you get older and you start to see the world and everything like that, and you decide that you don't want no more to do with them, they accuse you of acting funny. That's really a shaming tactic, because when you become an adult, and if somebody doesn't really have anything in common with you anymore, whether they're related or not, and if they are bringing you down, whether financially, emotionally, or physically, or whatever, you have to let them go. I know this is hard, and I know this is a lot for me to say, especially coming from black folks and whatnot. You are going to have to leave some of these niggas behind, and you maybe even be related to some of them. That's just the way it goes. These people are not worth keeping in your life if they are attacking your sanity or your well-being or things of that nature. You can let them go. They will be all right. You don't owe them anything. Okay? Me personally, I had a very, very toxic mother and a lot of relatives that were toxic. And tell me, especially black people, tell me, free thinking black folks, that you've come from families where it's a lot of narcissistic personality disorder, and when you've called them out on their ignorance or whatnot, they'll tell you that you acting funny, you think you white, or you acting funny or whatnot. Has that happened to you? Exactly. I'm sure it has. So the point of this video, man, is you got to cut them loose. There is no black community. Don't let these pro-blacks tell you got to stay here, and we got to liberate the people, and you got to do all this stuff and everything like that. No. You don't have to uplift and rebuild no black community. You don't owe them nothing. I'm sure you guys can attest to this, that the so-called black community dogs you out and rejected you growing up. But now they want to shame you, and they're coming and helping rebuild this so-called black community. You don't owe no allegiance to them. You owe no allegiance to them at all. That, say if you become successful and you make a lot of money or whatnot, enjoy your money, enjoy your fame, and enjoy your wealth, because none of them niggas helped you. You do not have to go back in the community and give these niggas anything. You don't. I'm sick of hearing that too. Well, you got to come back and you got to get back to your people, and you got uppity and stuck up, and how you gonna be having all this money and everything like that, and your people over in Africa is suffering, and your people in the hood are suffering and whatnot. You cannot do anything for them. You are only one person. That's out of your hands. So don't dwell on something you can't do anything about. You can't do anything about that, brothers. You cannot. So don't let these pro-black assholes try to guilt you and shame you into doing something for this so-called black community. It is toxic, and it will take you down with them. You don't owe them anything. And as far as the relatives and everything go, like I said, once you become a certain age and you see that they are ghetto and ignorant, and you've begged them for years to come and see about you, and you tried to bond with them, let them go. If you have close friends and everything like that, perfect example. I have a couple close friends, and whenever there's the holidays and everything coming up, they invite me over for dinner. So a lot of times, especially in our situation, sometimes our families or whatnot are not even blood relatives. And it's nothing wrong with that. Your family is somebody who treats you well, respects you, encourages you, and shows you genuine love. It does not have to be a blood relative. Those are just people you related to. And you have to cut them loose. Even if they're so-called friends or whatnot. I had to let a few toxic friends go because they just did not know how to act. And these guys will pull you down. You may have grew up with them from the block, or, you were childhood friends or whatnot. But you outgrow people. And that's why I think I am in my life. I've outgrown, certain relatives, and you outgrow friends and everything like that. And that's a part of life, especially when you're a free thinker and, you like to explore things and everything like that. The world tends to be a very lonely place, because I know it's sometimes, black men, you feel like an Isaac Newton or George Washington Carver or an Albert Einstein around a bunch of stupid jackasses. I know. And sometimes the best thing to do right now is kind of stick to yourself. That's the best thing to do. Is stay to yourself. Any kind of ideas or anything like that, feel free to share them with somebody who will support you. Don't share them with ignorant niggas, because they'll tear your stuff down. I know for a fact. And a lot of times it'll be your own damn family. So that will be it for this video. I hope you enjoy it. Feel free to leave a comment and subscribe. And you take care of yourself and each other. You guys take care. Bye.